Hi, my name's Sophia Szabo and I'm a student here at EWG and you're watching Knights of the Round Table. Today we'll be discussing some of the racial social climate here at our school, Exeter West Greenwich. Today I have...
My name is Nicholas Petrarca and I'm a senior at Exeter West Greenwich High School.
My name is Ms. Winter and I'm the library media specialist.
Okay, so it's no secret that our school is... the majority of our students are white and the majority of our staff is white too. Do you think there's any discrimination as far as race goes?
I mean, I have myself, in my 4 years of being here, have seen a huge increase in racism and these negative thoughts. Since freshman year to senior year, I've kind of seen the climate and the overall attitude of most seniors that change to this very discriminatory mindset. And I've only been here for 4 years. I've talked to administrators who have been here for like 20 years, and even they've said they've seen the school in the past like 10 years kind of go downhill a little bit. Not downhill, that's the wrong term I'm looking for, but the climate has been more tense in the school. And that's why we had the whole We Are One campaign to kind of battle this. And I think that campaign was fantastic. I am in full support of that, and I think we need more of those to offset and battle the racism that is present.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the We Are One campaign was set up by the history head, Barbara Wilmot, and it was basically a walk around the school and there was posters everywhere, and it was basically to unite Exeter West Greenwich as a school for those who are different in race, in sexuality, in gender. Miss Winter, what did you think about that? Were you in support of that?
Oh, definitely in support. I feel like all staff and students and faculty and everybody here is obviously a community, and we should work together, and we're here more than we're home. We're one family. Hopefully we're big and happy, but when you have, dissension amongst the ranks and people that aren't communicating and, different grade levels doing different things and learning different things, and you're outside political arenas and your parents and your friends from home, all this comes into our community, and we need to make sure that we're maintaining our one and not breaking down into all these fractions.
Yeah, I love that. The whole purpose was to unify the school, which I think we did. We did unify the school for a long period of time. It was fantastic. But as I said, the climate in here, it has gotten better, but it's still a little, I'm in the hallways and I'm hearing these derogatory terms and these racist sayings and these sexist and homophobic kind of phrases, if you will. And people wearing the Confederate flags and all that sort of stuff. And I think, actually, Ms. Winter and I were talking about this before, that it kind of reflects almost the country we're living in now, with all the riots happening, and the government and the social aspect in the country is almost kind of being infiltrated or reflected into the school.
Mm-hmm. Nick, it's interesting that you mentioned the Confederate flag, because a lot of students here really like to represent the Confederate flag. They put the Confederate flag on their cars, they wear the Confederate flag, and some people even have the Confederate flag as their wallpaper on their computer. And the administration really they can't do anything about it. Ms. Winter, do you think they should be able to?
Well, freedom of speech, everybody can put on their clothes or their cars or their computers anything they want. You have your opinions, I have my opinions, but you also have your rights and I have my rights. And when yours interfere with mine, that's when something needs to be said or done. And if there are attitudes and expressions happening that's hurting someone else's safety and security, feelings of safety and security in the learning environment, then I do think something should be done about it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be administration. We Are One was to stand up, everybody, for each other. Stand up, step forward. I myself, being in the library, I don't see a lot of what happens in the school, because it's either if there's a class, I'm teaching it, and then everybody goes away or back to their classrooms. Or if there's just a few students one-on-one, it's just me and them. So if something happened, I would definitely step in. Just 2 weeks ago, I stepped up because there was some bullying going on. It wasn't necessarily racism or related to Confederate flag or anything else. There was just a little bit of bullying, and I said, it was actually the week of We Are One, and I said, why? What was the purpose? How did that make you feel? And we talked about it, but they're smaller groups of people, or I don't see all of it all the time. But I had definitely felt like I, being a teacher here, should do something about it.
I really respect that 100%. And I agree. Like, obviously, you can't force anybody to wear something or not wear something. It's all freedom of speech, but it's the mindset that goes with the Confederate flag and all that. And I said this before: the mentality that most people, the people that wear the Confederate flag, the mentality they have, and how they display that towards other people is the problem. And the whole bullying thing, I've noticed that too, a sharp increase from my freshman year. And I think I noticed it especially with the seniors versus freshmen. I noticed that a lot.
I think that whole tradition started quite a while ago, and I don't think that's just here at EWG. My own children were like, for seniors rule, freshmen drool. And I'm like, well, that's just the way it is. There's no reason you have to knock it into the ground. Freshmen know they're lowly, or they should. And if you are a senior, then you should be leading the way and setting the example and, sticking up for those people that might need a little help now and then.
Yeah.
I think the freshmen definitely feel inferior to the seniors. Do you think that people who aren't necessarily white or don't fit the traditional definition of sexuality or gender, do you think they feel inferior to others who do?
I mean, that's a really good question in the sense where in this, not even just this school climate, in this world, in the world we live in now, they do. Yeah. And it's sad and it's horrible, and we need to fix this. And we need more campaigns like the We Are One campaign to address this. But yeah, I think it's definitely leaning towards that way.
Ms. Winter, what do you think about that?
It makes me feel bad that anybody would feel that way, but it's reality. And besides our EWG realm, it's been happening out in the world for a long time. Although I feel some of the issues in the real world have been coming more to a head, and with all the things in our climate outside of school, I think it creates more in school as well, and hopefully if something outside of school breaks, like the whole thing about Me Too campaign.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully that will trickle down, and we, being just this small little community school, we are at the bottom of that trickle down. So even with the bullying and different races and religions, hopefully it'll catch up like the rest of the world is trying to do. I've been reading a lot lately, and we were doing a civil rights thing in the junior high, and I feel like we're repeating ourselves. History repeats itself all the time, and I'm hoping it comes out well on the other end again.
I agree 100%, and you're right in the sense where there is a problem, but we definitely need more solutions, and we need more campaigns to fix it.
I know as a woman, there have been men in this school that have tried to make me feel inferior because I'm a woman. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really sad, and I hope that one day this school will be a more happier and more accepting place. Thank you both for coming today. We had a great discussion.